world of quantum physics, everything exists as a wave of probabilities. For example, a photon in one moment might be in one location, but at the next moment might be halfway across the universe. Now granted, the probability of that actually happening is extremely, extremely low, but there is a probability of it happening. So today, I present to you what I believe to be the only case study of quantum physics in video games: Who Framed Roger Rabbit on the NES. This game is somewhat of a mystery. You see, every time you start, all of the items that you'll need are placed randomly throughout the world. Thus, the game itself exists only as a potential, a bunch of probabilities. No longer do gamers have to seek out real clues and solve puzzles. If you simply enter and exit a building enough times, then what you're looking for will magically appear. Well, either that or you get attacked by this demented rat-looking thing. Look, let's get right down to it. The fact is that this game is almost completely random, with a few exceptions. For example, you'll always find one part of the will in North Town, and you'll always find two parts of the will in Toontown. But other than that, where you find your wallet, where you get the flashlight, the spring shoes, where Benny the Cab is, almost all of that is completely randomized, which means you'll never play the game the same way twice. Well, you'll play the game the same way, it's just everything is in different locations. It's not as fun as it sounds. First you grab your wallet, then you go to the store. You buy whatever the store has, leave, then go wander from building to building. In each building you talk to these people who'll tell you if you should be wasting your time in their building. If you should, search outside first, then inside. If you don't find anything just laying on the floor, continue to search in the dressers, drawers, desk, trash cans, and mouse holes of everyone living in that building. And search, and search, and search, and search, and search. Search, and search, and search. And search, search, and search, and search, and search. Goddamn. So the whole mechanic of this game is based around searching. Everything. Believe me, this wears thin after a while. Anyway, the game plays a lot like a hybrid between an adventure game and, well, almost an action platformer. Of course, being a game made by Rare, it's competent in neither area. That's right, I just abused one of the most respected Nintendo developers. Now, a lot of people associate these terrible movie-based licensed games with LJN. They're just the publishers. The real criminals here are the beloved Rare. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Amazing Spider-Man, Beetlejuice. In fact, if you take out the LJN component, Rare has made a lot more garbage without them. So to all you Nintendo fanboys who cream themselves over Battletoads and Donkey Kong 64, kiss my fat white ass. Rare ruined my childhood. Like I said before, the game has a bit of an adventure game component to it. The main premise of it is that you've got to find 4 pieces of the will, but in order to do that, you've got to travel to different sections of the game that are locked off to you. You start off in the main city. To get to the north section, you'll need Benny the Cab to travel through the tunnel. He's easy enough to find. Either get the whistle and use it on the map screen, or just find him parked outside one of the buildings. While you're in the main city, you'll need to find a rattle. No, Baby Herman does not give it to you. And spring shoes, because like Link, Eddie's too fat to jump on his own. You'll also need to find a flashlight, because there's no light where you need to go. In the north section, there will always be a piece of the will hidden in a cave. Which cave? Well, it's up to you to trounce about in the fields, avoiding the Toon Patrol and snakes to find out. Every playthrough randomizes where this will is going to be placed, but there are 3 certainties. You'll need to use a flashlight, you have to jump a gap with the spring shoes, and there's a snake guarding the will, which will go away if you use a rattle on it, and I know that doesn't make any sense. Just go with it. To get to the south section, Toontown, you'll need dynamite and a plunger. Why? Because the path is blocked by a wall of bricks. You remember that part from the movie, don't you? I mean, Eddie never tried to conquer his demons or his drinking problem by facing tragedy head on. No, fuck that. All he had to do was blow up a goddamn wall. I hate this game. So what happens when you get to Toontown? Do you do anything different? Perhaps this is where the story kicks in. You gotta go around and actually talk to people and develop a plot. Nope, you gotta do the same thing. Run around to different buildings, collecting different items, and gathering more pieces of the will. Isn't this just a grand old adventure? There's also another part of the game we need to discuss that I don't like one bit. The Toon Patrol. Or as I like to call it, the joke hacks that can fuck right off. Every once in a while, you'll notice a couple of weasels walking around, or chasing you in a black car. You'll recognize these guys as the Toon Patrol from the movie. If they catch you, they'll hold Roger hostage. The Toons will ask you a question, and you've got to come up with the funniest answer. Funniest, of course, being relative to the simple-minded developers of this game. They present you with jokes like, what tuba can't you play? A tube of toothpaste. What hand do you write with? I usually write with a pencil. Where is Timbuktu? Why, between Timbuk 1 and Timbuk 3. Or my personal favorite, name 9 animals from Africa. 8 elephants and a giraffe. I tell you, jokes like these make Carlos Mencia seem original. Now, how could you possibly make this part of the game even worse? The controls are bad. I'm not even kidding here. It blows my mind to even say this, but it's difficult to actually change your selection. The problem? You have to press select and the direction pad at the same time. Who the hell thought that would be a good idea? Why can't I just use the direction pad to change the selection? Why do I have to hold select at the same time? What a weird game. There are other problems with this game as well, but I'm only going to go into one of them, the password system. While it's nice to have one in theory, in practice it's a waste of time. The same thing happens to you when you use a continue as when you use a password. You start off with the same items all the way back in Valiant's office. Oh, and the best part of this password system, if you just enter in random letters, it'll just completely randomize your inventory, giving you a head start on the random cascade of failure. So, like I said, the basic idea of the game is simple. You run around from building to building, collect all the items and the pieces of the will. If you can't find an item you're looking for, then keep searching the various buildings and caves. In fact, you may have to go back and search buildings than caves you had previously searched. Oh, and if you want the store to stock something else, just walk in and out of it a few times. Once you've gotten every piece of the will, there are only 3 things left to do in Toontown. Find the baseball, find the magic building, beat the crap out of Judge Doom. Finding the baseball took me the better part of an afternoon because it's in a random location in Toontown. Finding the magic building, on the other hand, is pretty simple and diabolical. If you go north and follow the coastline, you'll eventually come across 2 buildings connected by a road, but they're not connected to anywhere else. The south building is the magic building. Once you enter it, you can use any item you want and resupply yourself. The north building, on the other hand, is evil. Pure, simple evil. You see, in the overall game, the north building qualifies as a regular house. That means it's open to having important parts of the game, like baseballs and the pieces of the will, placed in it. When that happens, you'll have no idea what to do. Unless, of course, you know where the magic building is. And that's assuming you're desperate enough to go around and try and find this damn place. God! So now that you've got the baseball and every part of the will, it's time to face Judge Doom. And where is he? The Acme Factory. How do you get there? I have no idea. No, really, I don't. I know it's in one location on the map. The problem is, I just went to every big building and just went inside it. I really didn't bother trying to figure out where everything was. So, you're shit out of luck this time. Now, once you're at the factory, getting inside really isn't that big of a challenge. While there is this guy guarding the door with a baseball bat, he's really not that difficult to get rid of, because I think you can figure out what you have to do from here on out, since I've stressed the word baseball enough. You throw a baseball, he chases after it, you go inside, and you face off with Judge Doom. And thus we come to the one and only part that qualifies this game for an Until We Win. Judge Doom. Now, I know a lot of people who play Nintendo games, and I know a lot of them who have played this game, and everyone I've spoken to has told me that they've gotten up to Judge Doom and then quit, because he is that damn difficult. So yes, you're going to die. A lot. This is the only part of the game that has a health bar, and boy is it weird. You'll notice at the top it says end in the middle. The judge's health is on the left, your health is on the right. The bar that reaches the middle first dies. Unlike every other obstacle in the game, the judge is no pushover. His punches will knock a good chunk of health out of you, and your attacks do almost nothing to him. This is one of the few times that your powered-up punch will come in handy, other than pimp-slapping people around in the game. The only way you're going to get anywhere with this guy is to power up your punch to full tilt and let him have it. About 100 times. Like the rest of this game, Judge Doom is completely random. He'll either punch you or shoot you with his eye swords, which can travel at 3 different distances. I'll be honest here, your best option is probably to exploit a bug. If you release a super punch, then time your next punch carefully, you'll be able to super punch repeatedly. If you super punch while moving, you'll continue to move in that direction. Add the two together, and you'll repeatedly super punch while moving. This gives you a unique advantage. You can corner Judge Doom and basically lay down a haymaker on him. If you time it correctly, he'll never recover, because each super punch sends him sailing into the wall. Literally. Now, if you manage to keep this up, and believe me, it's harder than it sounds, the judge will eventually fall to the ground, activating the dip machine. At this point, run down to the machine and grab the dip gun. Why dip doesn't just spray everywhere, I have no idea, but again, just go with it. Grab the gun, select it in your inventory, then climb down the ladder and finish off Doom. And so we've come to the end of yet another difficult NES game, and we're presented with yet another crappy NES ending. Did you expect anything less? I sure didn't. You know, if you gave this game to a statistician and a quantum physicist, I almost guarantee that both of them would come back and tell you the game's bullshit. Man, but at least it's over. I don't have to play it anymore. And you guys can stop requesting it now. That's right, on the top 3 most wanted games for me to do until we win, it's Battletoads, Silver Surfer, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Number 3 on my all-time request list. Well, I've done all 3 of them now, and let me tell you, number 3 was pretty crappy. But next week, I'm going to play a good game. Next week, I'm going to play a good game that's hard, but it's hard for all the right reasons. A game that had a movie license, but didn't use it. I wonder what the game could be, he said knowingly to himself.